We've got our first extended look at Pixar's upcoming Lightyear, the in-universe Toy Story spin-off that charts the adventures of the hero who inspired the Buzz Lightyear toy. In this video, we'll break down the brand new trailer and go over some newly revealed information on the film. Before we get into this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does wonders in getting my content out there. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date with all the cartoon news. That's right, Pixar have released another trailer for Lightyear, set for release on June 17, 2022, which has given us an even better look at the upcoming science fiction action-adventure animated film. Though we have been over this before, judging by the discourse that is still surrounding this movie on social media, it seems a lot of people still can't quite wrap their head around the movie's concept. So for those who are a little confused by exactly what Lightyear is, here is a brief recap. Back at the Disney Investor Day in 2020, Pixar CEO Pete Docter described the movie as such.
See, back when we created the very first Toy Story, we designed Buzz Lightyear with the idea that he was a toy based on some really cool character from an epic blockbuster film. Well, all these years later, we decided it's time to make that film.
Lightyear needs to be looked at as an in-universe movie, one that has been lifted from the fictional world of the Toy Story saga and plopped straight into ours. What we are about to witness is the in-universe inspiration for the toy that we've all come to love. And it seems even Disney's marketing division has cottoned on to the fact that there's still some confusion surrounding the film, releasing a much clearer than before synopsis for the movie, complete with director quotes. Lightyear is the definitive origin story of Buzz Lightyear, the hero who inspired the toy, and follows the legendary Space Ranger on an intergalactic adventure. Buzz's world was always something I was excited about, said director Angus MacLane. In Toy Story, there seemed to be this incredible backstory to him being a Space Ranger that's only touched upon, and I always wanted to explore that world further. So my Lightyear pitch was, what was the movie that Andy saw that made him want a Buzz Lightyear toy? I wanted to see that movie, and now I'm lucky enough to get to make it. Essentially, this film can be looked at as an extension of the previous Buzz Lightyear of Star Command movie and series from the early 2000s. For those too young to remember, this was an animated series that followed the exploits of Buzz and his fellow Star Command Rangers. This too was an in-universe series, with the pilot movie and every single episode even seeing the Toy Story gang sitting down in front of the television to watch. We've seen throughout the Toy Story films that Buzz Lightyear comes from a grander franchise, with various pieces of merchandise being seen throughout the saga. Now we're finally getting to enjoy what is, presumably, Andy's favourite film. And as we saw in the previous trailer, this is a movie that's set to be heavily inspired by classic sci-fi of the 60s, 70s and 80s, with plenty of iconography that is reminiscent of stuff like Star Wars, Alien, E.T. and 2001: A Space Odyssey. The Star Wars inspiration is perhaps the most obvious, with many of the planets, creatures and beings being hugely reminiscent of, in particular, George Lucas's original trilogy. Of course, this time round we have a new voice for Buzz Lightyear in the form of our real-life franchise hero, Captain America himself, Chris Evans. This trailer is the first time we get to hear Evans' portrayal of Buzz on a large scale, with the first trailer only offering us a very small glimpse. Evans' voice certainly fits this version of the character, which appears to be a more down-to-earth regular guy, and Evans is essentially using his own voice instead of attempting to imitate Tim Allen's. So why is Tim Allen, the guy who has played Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story films for almost 30 years, not here? Has he been shamelessly replaced? Well, no. Again, this is not Buzz Lightyear the toy, this is Buzz Lightyear the movie hero. In our real-world existence, having an actor or voice actor from a movie provide the voice for an action figure is an extreme rarity. Yes, Allen has provided his voice to some Buzz Lightyear dolls, but only the ones released to tie in with the marketing of new films. Every other toy, essentially 95% of the Buzz figures on the market, have been voiced by other artists. So it makes sense in the Toy Story world that the Buzz toy has a different voice to the film. It's also likely that the Buzz toy in the Toy Story movie world is from some other piece of Buzz media, likely the Star Command cartoon, where Patrick Warburton provided the voice in a slight Allen imitation. Regardless, there are a few Toy Story references references scattered around here, of course. In the film, we see Buzz undertaking a mission for Star Command, the agency that we've always known the character to have worked for. In quite a few number of clips, we even get to see the Star Command logo we are all so familiar with, and of course get to see Buzz flying his trusty Star Command spaceship. We get a load more footage of Buzz in his classic spacesuit, though this version is a lot more mechanized, appearing like an Iron Man armor. Another thing that once again makes me feel that the Buzz toy in the Toy Story movies is based on a different iteration of this character. We get to see Buzz fire his laser in one shot, and another shows off his classic blue, green and red chest buttons. In one clip, Buzz is startled by his new pal Socks jumping straight into a karate move, just like he does in Toy Story. We also have some newly envisioned Zurg bots and a squadron of Zurg fighters, which carry the insignia ZAP, possibly standing for something like Zurg Alien Patrol or Zurg Armored Police. Whoever these guys are, they seem to be sentient henchmen for the evil Overlord. While we don't get to hear his name spoken, we do get our very first look at Buzz's arch-enemy, the evil Emperor Zurg, who appears in a gigantic robotic form. Again, much different to the toy version we are all accustomed to. This Zurg retains his classic purple color scheme, has his horns, light up red eyes, and a large yellow malevolent mouth. A few things that have been carried over from the toy version. While we're unsure if Zurg will be the film's main antagonist, it's now at least confirmed that he will have some part to play in the movie. Aside from these threats, we do get a quick glimpse at the film's actual plot, which seems to focus on Buzz having been stranded on a planet for an entire year and undertaking test flights to get himself and the others off planet. By the looks of it, Buzz will get into some other kind of trouble where he'll end up exploring other planets and going head to head with Zurg. Other cast members for the film have been announced, including Keke Palmer, Dale Soules, and Taika Waititi as a group of ambitious recruits. We get a brief glimpse of these in the trailer. Peter Son is voicing Buzz's companion Socks, and other cast members, including Uzo Aduba, James Brolin, Efren Ramirez, and Isaiah Whitlock Jr. are along for the ride. Director McLean said, "The cast for Lightyear is truly a dream team. Each of the performers immediately inhabited their character, which gave us the opportunity to play a bit during recording sessions. This resulted in a level of specificity that elevated the material and brought additional depth to the characters' relationships." Additionally, it's been announced that Michael Giacchino, who brought his incredible sound to other Pixar films such as Up, Ratatouille, Coco, and The Incredibles, will score Lightyear, quite possibly bringing a Star Wars influenced sound to the picture. Of course, Giacchino is no stranger to Star Wars either, having scored Rogue One. Also alongside the trailer, we've been given a brand new poster. It's not anything incredibly exciting, but does give us a cool action pose of Buzz. Again, the movie is set for release on June 17, though it's currently unknown if it'll be headed to theaters or be another Pixar casualty to Disney+. While we assume theaters right now, the fact that there's been no specification on this marketing push is a touch worrying. I really want to see Lightyear up on the big screen where it belongs. At any rate, I am super excited to check out Lightyear when it finally rolls around. If you'd like to keep up to date with all the biggest cartoon news, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more regular installments like this. And if you're keen on diving deep into the history of all your favourite animated characters, don't forget to check out my continuing Cartoon Evolution series linked at the end of the video. And at that, I'm throwing it over to you. I want to know, are you as excited for Lightyear as I am? And is there anything in this trailer that I missed? Fire it down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.